What's going on, guys? It's Weather with Jonathan here, and I'm back with another video. In this video, we're going to be talking about the potential for a massive severe weather outbreak and the potential for a massive snowstorm in the Northeast. Let's dive into all of this. So, starting off with our NAM 3 kilometer composite reflectivity, you can see we had those large amounts of snowfall across the Northeast because we actually have a snowstorm that is currently ongoing that I am gonna tell you in this video. And then we have some snow for the West Coast for places like Portland, South Lake Tahoe, Truckee, and in the Sierras you guys could get a lot of snow. So if I pull this out until about midnight here, you can see this is when the snow really starts ramping up in the north. And I actually didn't see this until now. This just started coming out. And then we have some heavy snow possible too in southern Michigan. And these could very well lead to some high snow total accumulations possible. Now, after that moves out of the way, we see this one little thing happen. And guess what? That's what's really concerning. So, you can see those severe storms start firing up in northeastern Texas all the way through the Tennessee Valley. This is going to be capable of some very large hail, damaging winds, and possibly a few tornadoes. Once this moves out of the way, it just stretches out more west, and you get all of that moisture and convection. And you know what happens as a result of that? You get storm clouds. And that's exactly what's going to be happening on the 2nd. You can see some very high tornado potential and wind potential and definitely hail potential. This is why we do have a slight risk for tomorrow, and we have the slight risk, and actually, so I don't know why, but this will not update past 12 at lunch. So this actually now extends further into Tennessee. This is extending all the way up to about Nashville, and we have a 15 sig for hail, a 15% chance for wind, and a 5% chance of tornadoes. Now, this is what we really have to keep an eye on, you guys. That enhanced risk is growing larger by the second. And even though it's not extending into western Alabama now, it is extending a lot farther to the west, and it's extending into eastern Mississippi. So you've really got to watch out for this. And tomorrow we'll be able to see what the probabilities are. And the Storm Prediction Center did know that we're probably going to see an upgrade to a moderate risk tomorrow, or for day one. It said a moderate risk will be needed by the time day one outlook is issued. So that is going to be a large risk that we really have to pay attention to. And believe it or not, that actually includes a major city in Tennessee. It includes Memphis. But yeah, so then that enhanced risk continues, except it's a slight risk, and it continues into extreme eastern Mississippi, all the way back through southern Kentucky, eastern North Carolina / central, and extreme northern Florida. So this is gonna I'll read all the states that are in this risk. So Kentucky, southwestern West Virginia, eastern and central Tennessee, extreme eastern Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, southern, central, and southwestern North Carolina, and the entire state of South Carolina. So this is a very large impacting event, and I do believe that this could get upgraded to an enhanced risk possible for day 3 or day 2. So we really have to be monitoring these risks closely. So if you can see our dew points, those are going to be really rich dew points, and that's going to lead to a lot of moisture and a lot of convection. So you can see we have dew points up mid to upper 60s, even low 70s in southern Louisiana. As I pull this out to when the storms really start firing up, you can see in the southern part of Louisiana, dew points up to 70. So that is very, very high dew points, and it's gonna really just ramp up, you guys. And as this gets further throughout the area, the reason we saw that slight risk now extend all the way into Kentucky is because those thunderstorms will likely initiate all the way up there because of something that has happened. And you know what that is, you guys? It's called those dew points reaching farther north and causing low cap thunderstorms to fire up, and that's going to continue throughout the region. So then this is what we're really monitoring. Cape values of up to 2,000 joules for eastern Texas and Louisiana. Now, our main Cape values are going to be around 1,000, and they could be up to very well 2,000 at times. And this is why we could actually see um, that risk for Georgia and the surrounding states get upgraded to an enhanced risk for day 2 or 3. So once that moves out of the way, we're not really going to talk about severe weather after that for what happens. But man, that's not the only thing. And before I take a deep dive into the snow, you know why we're not seeing any active weather around the US? And I'll tell you exactly why. This is caused because we actually have a low pressure system, or sorry, not a low pressure system that would cause the storms. A high pressure system actually coming out of the north from Saskatchewan, Canada, all the way down to Missouri. So that's going to cause just mainly dry weather, not going to be talking any really about anything. But then this is what happens after that. A snowstorm. And guess what? You guys obviously know what that is, right? You know what a snowstorm is. Well, guess what? Look at all that snow. Look at, like, this storm in the North Dakotas could dump up to, remember, I said up to about a foot of snow. So that is very strong. And then we have another snowstorm that just happened in the Northeast, and then we have another system actually that's going to make its way around March 4th, and that's going to lead to some areas seeing in southern Vermont up to 2 feet of snow. In Portland, Oregon, also some snow and the surrounding areas. Now, this is what it could look like until about March 13th. It's going to start warming up. You can see we're not really expecting too much snow for anywhere south of about Kansas all the way back through Pennsylvania. So that's what we're monitoring. I just want to show you guys this. And what I'm going to show you next, I also just wanted to show you. This is what our sleet totals could look like throughout the 16th of March. It says the maximum is 3.6, and then freezing rain 1.2 inches. So that's going to be a lot of things happening, and all of these storms are going to also lead to a ton of rain. And I promise you this is legit. This is what it is predicting in the California mountains. Can you guys believe? Look at, if you guys can see down here in this corner where my cursor is, look at what it says the max is. That's 23.3 inches of rainfall. That is absolutely insane. And back to our severe weather. Uh, if I show you our wind shear for this, it's going to take a minute to load. I apologize about that. But if you guys didn't know, this is our wind shear, and it is going to be incredible even after this moves out. And that's why we have that slight risk and the enhanced risk, which both could get upgraded, a categorical upgrade. And by tomorrow, we could see a moderate risk for day 2 outlook. And yeah, as you can see, those storms have a lot of wind shear for day 2, but this is what we're really monitoring. That is what will be day 2 tomorrow. And I'm sorry I confused you guys. when I said day 2 just a few minutes ago, or like a few seconds ago, I didn't mean that. I meant day 3. But yeah, this is our 700 millibar wind speed or jet stream, and winds will be racing in the atmosphere up to 90 knots. Like, you guys, like, you can't rule out a tornado threat, right? Yeah, you can't, because guess what? This is what's going to cause those storms to rotate, and this is what our trough could look like as it comes in. So you can see it really shifts negatively tilted in eastern Texas, and then it really starts to be negatively tilted in Louisiana and Mississippi. That's just going to track right back into the northeast. That's going to lead to a rather settling pattern. And then we do have another storm after that. Now, I don't want to dive too deep into this, but this one trough just comes in and ruins that entire thing. And we actually have a potential for a northern severe weather outbreak. And this could potentially lead to some pretty significant severe weather. And it's not predicting what it used to be predicting, but it's predicting some very severe weather. And as we go throughout the month of March, this is gonna just really ramp up, you guys. This is gonna be really bad, and eventually, by the time we get into April, this is really gonna start doing its thing, and this will start shifting more to the plains, and then eventually in the summer it'll shift up north. So that's all for your weather forecast, and that's going to sum it up. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Consider subscribing, liking the video, and sharing this video with your family and friends. I hope you enjoy my videos. If you have a question, leave a comment down below, and I hope you enjoy this